Hello, everybody. This is True Demon, the Devil's Stockbroker, coming with some announcements, updates, and news for the channel and the Discord community of Hell's Trading Floor. Um, so, the first thing that I want to mention is just how overwhelmingly positive and supportive this community's been. Today marks exactly the third week of having opened the Discord, and already we are well over having 400 members in this community, and just the amount of people that have been contributing their research, their time, and bringing tickers and stock data and analytics up to the front of the Discord has been fantastic. In addition to that, one other thing that had been so surprising to me was that we offered this membership for as cheaply as possible. We really just wanted to bring in as many people as were willing to be a part of this, so that they could learn the stock market, so that they could participate in training and learn from other more experienced traders. And we didn't want there to be a huge bar to entry for that. But recently, we've been getting just inundated with requests from other members who wanted to contribute more. And I gotta say, I'm overwhelmingly flattered by that. And I didn't want to accept that kind of kindness without having some way of returning it. So I'm announcing that we are going to be creating a third tier for this Discord community, because we finally do have something to bring to the table. We do have some ways to reward members who are interested in contributing more, and want to give a larger donation. And as a special thank you to those members, they will receive special perks by being a part of being more part of the actual filming process, getting to be a part of the behind the scenes filming like we're doing right now. Currently, we have the entire Discord watching this filming process, watching us uh, record this video, and we we want that to be available for all members of the Discords, but we want to make it so that the especially supportive members who want to donate larger sums will receive special attention from me. And the reason for that is because I still have a full time job, but I want to dedicate more of my time to doing this. And before I can do that, I have to be able to um, be sure that if I were to lose my job tomorrow, that I would still be okay, and that I wouldn't be putting myself or my mods at financial risk. So, um, for those supporters who do want to help me achieve that goal of making this a full time, dedicated job, we will open up a third tier where you can subscribe for a $50 a month fee, um, and be a part of the community in a more um, permanent and more direct way by being a part of the filming and the behind the scenes projects. The the second piece of the professional tier is I wanted to open this up because I'm looking to do this whole thing with YouTube, and dedicating more of my time to the trading community. Um, and as much as I enjoy my job as an information security consultant, doing penetration testing and hacking for a living, it was honestly my dream job for a long time. Um, but there's it's one thing to chase a dream and then another to live it. And after having done this for close to a decade now, um, the uh, the luster has lost its spark. And since I started doing stock trading and being a part of this huge movement to address the corruption of Wall Street, and putting control and financial freedom back in the hands of retail investors and blue collar workers, and you know fighting for the the average Joe. It's felt more, I don't know. It's been more important, and I've never felt like I've done something so important than what I'm doing here now with the community that we're building. So because of that, I wanted to dedicate more of my time to doing just this. and I can't do that unless I can secure enough of an income so that I'm not putting myself, my family, or any of our mods at risk. We can't pursue this as much as we would like to until we can guarantee that we will have some stable cash flowing in to pay the bills. And although I never expected to get to this point at all, let alone so quickly, we are at that point where we are considering doing this full time. So that is what the professional tier will help us be able to do. So not only will a professional tier of members of the Hell's Trading Floor community have access to special perks, they'll be securing more of my personal attention and time. They'll be helping me dedicate more of my own time to the community, to what we're building, to the tools that we're creating, um, and consolidating for everybody to use, and basically just gather up all kinds of information to retail investors so that we can publish this information and get it out there for everyone to take advantage of and leap in on these trades more quickly, and take advantage of those opportunities. So I want to take this moment to really express my deepest appreciation for those who expressed a desire to donate more of their personal time, their money to this community. The support's truly overwhelming, and it's so humbling that y'all put so much faith in what we're doing here. So thank you. As we keep going with building up this community, we're going to focus on creating more dedicated content for learning how to make the market work for you. And one of those recent attempts was our tutorial video on vertical spreads, understanding what vertical spreads are, using call spreads and put spreads to your advantage to maximize your potential profits while limiting your max risk or your potential losses. And because of how well received that was, we're going to make that a dedicated effort that myself and the other analysts are going to spend a great deal of time uh, writing up lesson plans and figuring out how we can teach other people how to make use of complex option strategies to mitigate the risk, maximize their potential gains, and hedge against the market. Because right now things are chaotic. Inflation's going crazy. We've got all kinds of squeeze plays in the market, and everything's in turmoil right now. And there's a lot of uncertainty. And right now, the only the only ones taking advantage of that uncertainty are Wall Street firms, and that needs to change. So, because I firmly believe that apes are here to stay, the proggers are here to stay, and now the denizens of hell are here to stay too. So, in order to help build this community up stronger, we're going to start building a full curriculum of trading tutorials focused on options trades, trading strategies, and understanding the flow of the market and making use of these different analytics tools such as Tiblio, unusual whales, Ortex, and so on and so forth. So, pursuant to my dedication, or this reaffirmation of my dedication to the Hell's Trading Floor community and what we're trying to build here, I'm creating a second channel called Hell's Basement, which was a name recommended by the mods. I didn't come up with this. So, working title for now, but I kind of like it. And this will be the shorts, the rants, and the highlights channel for the main channel. The purpose of this is so that we don't take away from the main content that happens on stream, and also the Hell's Trading School tutorial videos that we do here occasionally on the channel. But we want this to be available so that for those listeners who don't have a lot of time, that they only want to catch the highlights and the main meat of our conversations, of our live streams, and just the special moments, especially when I get angry and start shouting about how corrupt Wall Street is, because everybody loves a good rant. So this will be the channel for that, and I will provide a link so that everybody can subscribe to that and be a part of the community on a different level, so that you don't miss any of the good stuff. It's still a work in progress, and I'm I'm going to rely heavily on some of my mod team for helping me chop out the clips and the highlights of videos. So we'll suss that out as we continue working this whole thing. You know, it's all a learning process for us. None of us have, at least I haven't done any of this before. So, but we're learning every day, and the growth has been incredible. Never thought that this would go so far and grow so huge so quickly. And the final piece that I wanted to bring up for everybody, so that everyone knows where I stand. I am making Hell's Trading Floor the priority here for the entire community. I want this to be definitively what I choose to do for a living. So, an additional benefit that we're going to be adding to the Discord for members is we are going to start issuing access to live trading charts. So, this was an idea that was brought up by our mod and chief analyst Cap Moores. Um, and basically, what we're doing is we are using TradingView as a way of sharing our plays and providing live technical analysis and charting out our supports and resistances in a way that everybody can look at this. These are going to be publicly available charts where individuals can watch our analysts do work in real time. And as you can see, the chart updates in real time. So Cat is actually placing this label here around the trading chart, and right now he's actually drawing some charts live on his latest IBM play. Now, the cool part about this is that now you do not have to rely on just me to be doing a video. Members of the Discord will have access to be able to follow Cat and any of our other analyst team members who have access to TradingView, and we're going to be publishing these charts and making it available and easy for people to watch us do this work in real time. So, Cap, why don't you go ahead and take over and describe some of the benefits of this? I'd love to hear what you've got here for us, and kind of describe your trading strategy, just to highlight the benefits of this this data that we're putting together for everyone.
Yeah, definitely. I it, through the time that I've been learning as a trader, I feel like I have seen a lot of ways to display information. A lot of people screenshot stuff. They'll do TA, and it's good TA. There's no issue at all with it. But sometimes just having the not only how the thought is formulated and where a trend line, I might draw one and then I might erase it because that one doesn't really add up as much, or this thing doesn't, what I mean, like you kind of see how like the thoughts go into it, and you can even ask questions, especially if we're doing like a live session or something like that. And on top of that, these links stay live, so you can go back and consistently check the same trend lines and the same patterns that were drawn, and see how they actually played out, where things were adjusted. On here, I had a couple of those notations that you can see highlighted in blue. Those are, little. This is obviously kind of a rough draft type of thing, but this is an idea of it. It just has different points of data. One is reaffirming support. One is, top of the gap fill, bottom of the gap fill, wedge breakout. So you can kind of go through and see where and why these thoughts come together, not only after the fact and when they're coming to completion and after they've already happened, but also in real time as we're actually editing them. So I think having that real time updating and everything, it's going to add so much efficiency to being able to show and teach what we're trying to do, and I'm really excited for it actually. So
Yes, and secondary to that is we have a lot of members in the Discord that are across the seas. For those of you who are over in Europe or Southeast Asia, we want to make it available for everybody so that everyone can get the latest updates and they can trade based on what we've created in the based on information for U.S. market stocks. So for those of us living in completely separate time zones, this is a way for us to keep these charts up to date, and so that you're not going back through videos, you're not trying to play catch up. You can just go to the link, get your chart updates, and or if you want to see what new plays have developed since then, you can go to the chart we'll come up with a chart encyclopedia inside the Discord where everybody can actually get a catalog of links to the different charts for the plays, and it's meant to be as inclusive and as um, what's the word?
Well, like when anybody wants to double check their technical analysis against one of their favorite analysts in Hell's Trading Floor, they'll be able to access their charts. Each
Yes,
analyst will probably have their own plays that they're looking at, and it just gives another, like, on your terms, on your time, you'll be able to double check like what you're already thinking,
yes,
which will allow more conversation to be had.
yes. Thank you so much, Dilly.
Yeah, I think that's a great way to put it as well, because no matter how much you learn, I feel like you always want to cross reference with something. Like you're always going to want to, like, oh, like, someone pointed out a bull channel I maybe didn't see on a different time frame that I wasn't looking at. Like there's always going to be like these nuances and things that, some people may see that even a great trader may not. So I feel like it's not only helpful to people in showing them how to do TA and how it follows through, but it's also helpful to us because, I mean, we might lay out a chart and we got a lot of smart people in this Discord. So, I mean, they might come up and say, hey, like, I think this trend is more accurate. And you're like, oh, wow, like, you're actually right. And I mean, like, so it's helpful for everyone and just kind of constantly be having live information considering how time sensitive what we do is.
Exactly. And for those of our analysts who have the professional membership, if I'm not mistaken, we can actually have like video stream conversations through TradingView. We have Discord, so that may not be necessary, but it's a feature that that we'll at least explore and see if it works out for everybody. And that way we can share streams on TradingView and actually show each other like what we're doing in terms of technical analysis and the types of plays that we're focusing on. Um,
The
and
other cool
yep,
thing, sorry to interrupt, the other cool thing about this and why I was really driven towards it is if you look on Cat's chart right now, if you hover over those little points, like he can put notes in there. And that's another really great way. Like for me personally, I own a business outside of my side hustle of Hell's Trading Floor. So I don't have the ability to sit in Discord all the time. So this for people who are really busy or like not all of you are full-time traders, it gives you a way of kind of seeing this information and coming back to it and getting like it's a more digestible visual way of looking at different charts that we're, watching on a daily basis, like Prague, AMC, whatever it may be.
exactly.
Yeah, and also something I'll throw out as well for everyone who's kind of listening and curious and all that stuff. What's interesting about this to me is that obviously we're all just kind of normal people. We're just traders. We're trying to put this thing together, and this is about as prototype and prototypical as I feel like it gets. Like because we are just trying to make it work. It's like more of like a conceptual thing, but with what we've put together so far in a short amount of time, it makes me really excited because I feel like we can only refine it and make it a lot better and more efficient because we were just kind of tinkering with this stuff to kind of put together what you're seeing now. So I feel like with more fine tuning and more, detail put into it, it's going to be something really cool. Like once we get the hang of things. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
we definitely don't have all of the details ironed out. These are, you know, things we're workshopping and we're going to like you said refine it and make it better and better and better. So, really exciting.
most definitely. Oh, I do want to point out that that it is the live charts will be for veteran and above. We are giving everybody access to all of our other tools and stuff, but we want to at least reward the veteran members for their additional support because they've been everybody's been so kind that has donated additional money. We've made the Discord community itself as close to free as Patreon will let us do. Like $3 was the minimum it would let me charge. So um,
And
that was the purpose for that. But for the veterans, they've been so kind and so supportive that we want to reward their kindness and their generosity. So we will be making the live charts available just for the veterans and above.
And that's kind of why the conversation, if you have a question, you're a veteran level or a professional level tier member, and you have a question about like Cat's chart or True Demon's chart, like that's why the conversation will always be had in the like all of the regular channels that everybody can access, because you'll still get fruitful conversations that everyone can join in on. We just want to make those chart links only accessible to like the people who are like really here for it. um it will just create a little less chaos and probably also help filter like the questions slightly, which will in turn help everybody grow a little bit better.
Yeah, and obviously I'm not. I'm there's no way for me to enforce the link restriction. So anybody can share the link. That's entirely up to you. It's kind of an on your honor system, but I just wanted to let everybody know that that is the intent behind it. So we're going to try to reserve it just for the veteran members and above. I would ask that you respect that, just because the veterans donated additional money to support the community. So we want to reward them for that and express our thanks. Um, but it is an on your honor system. So Kat, tell us all about the price alerts as well, because I know that TradingView has price alerts. How are we integrating that with the Discord so that users can get instant alerts based on these charts?
So that is where everything kind of becomes interesting and starts to become its own kind of machine, because not only, of course, is the live charting just awesome for being able to update and see things, but also we kind of want to create a situation where you're not having to wait or check in. You just want to be able to see the real time data as it comes in based on, maybe a certain analyst or maybe a certain stock that we're watching. So, what I like here a lot is that this, as an example, up above that blue line, that yellow dotted line is a price alert. And within the price alerts in TradingView, we can actually set these things to send these alerts with a custom description and breaking down why and it's important and all that good stuff directly to the Discord threads. So what we're thinking is we have this mixture of this live TA that everyone can see, everyone can ask questions about, everyone can form their own opinions and all that good stuff. But then we're also going to have these particular price alerts set up, say like a gap starts, or if a wedge breakout is imminent. We can have those price alerts set intraday, and then even if maybe True Demon's busy or we're just away, or it's a moment where we're not really focusing on it, these price alerts and the live TA will be coming through autonomously. Like it's completely something that we're setting up, earlier in the day, and we're kind of letting it run and letting the theories that we have play out. So not only does it create a sort of like we're gonna hope to be right, first of all, because it would be kind of embarrassing if we were always wrong, right? So it's like good to see that there's a paper trail of like the play playing out, but it also gives people reference to be able to go back and see when these price alerts went off, why they went off, whether they came to fruition, then look at the live TA, look at the charting. Like it just becomes something that I feel like will become once again a really efficient machine for just getting the information for the reasons that it needs to be out there.
Yeah, and secondary to that is we'll also be able to annotate what our entries and exits are, because um, as a community of traders, that's very important. Is to have a trading strategy, know what your entry and exit points are, and what your max profit loss tolerances are. So, part of what we're going to be doing here is, although this is not financial advice, we do want to actually show how these trading strategies work out in real time, and then retroactively, we want to be able to catalog how our plays have worked out in the past. So, what we will also be doing is we will be working in a way to build paper trading accounts that we will update regularly, and we will show these paper trading accounts with proper entries and exits and update these charts accordingly. And the goal of that is actually to demonstrate what has worked, what hasn't worked, learn from our strategies, learn from our research, and learn from the plays that we do on a regular basis. Find out what works and what doesn't. Let others learn from each other's mistakes, and also learn from our successes, because that's what this is all about. This isn't about just just a community where people like to lose money together. No, we want to actually teach everybody to fish for themselves. We want to teach everyone to hunt for these plays, to be hungry and to be aggressive in their investment strategies, and look and pick excellent banger stocks that print dividends every single time.
So, what we've kind of workshopped is each analyst is going to have an individual channel for them. In that channel, they will have, or an individual category. In that category, they will have links to their plays. And to clarify more, these links are a direct link to Kat's chart right now. So, if we had also a direct link to True Demon's chart, he might have different TA up there. So the beauty of that is you're going to see how each analyst thinks and looks at a chart and draws lines, because that's all relative, but that's such a learning point, and it creates so much discussion between people in the Discord about, like, why were you thinking of this? So it's a great learning lesson on how to fish, you know? Um again, so what we're kind of envisioning is each, like, elected analyst is going to have their own category, and then from there they will be able to choose which plays that they're showing. Obviously they're not going to show every single play, but the relevant ones that they want to show, those will be up there, and you can click on those whenever you want to. So you can compare, like, say Cat and True Demon both were posting about Prague or AMC. You can kind of compare and contrast, like, the two of them, and then discussion will be had in the Discord channels that you guys already have access to, because that will create more fruitful conversation between all the members about it. And we really want this to be like a learning lesson. So that's what that's what we've workshopped so far.
Thanks, Dilly. So I think that sums up everything that we've been working on, for the Trading View stuff. This has been, the, this truly is like a really innovative community where we are doing things that I don't think that any other trading community is doing. Um, we we are trying to be different in how we learn from each other, how we teach each other, and how we hunt for these plays, so that everybody is um, of like mind in our strategies, and that we understand, um, the markets on a similar level. We want to make it so that everybody is always making profit, and not just going in randomly and hoping that everybody else in the world is just going to jump in on a maybe. It's no, we want to find these plays, pick a good unifying strategy that we recognize is a solid strategy, and and put those plays out there, and keep a catalog and a history of what works and what doesn't, and learn from each other's experience. So having those individual analyst channels is going to help do that, because at the end of the day, like, I'm not a market expert. I've only been doing this for a couple of years. Like, some of us have been trading for 20 years or more. So I don't want to just like have everybody be relying on the charts that I'm drawing, because I might be totally wrong. It might be that somebody else has a much better strategy and they recognize, like, no, this is where your entry and exit should be, and they might scalp like an extra 20% profit off of the same trade. Or they might take it in the exact opposite direction and end up being right. So, it's all about being in the constant process of learning and gaining new knowledge in how the market works and how to identify these good profitable plays.
Yeah, most definitely. I think a big thing to take away from that, and for anyone who is newer to it, no one, even the best of the best of the best traders, are right all the time. Like, it just never happens. Like, if you are your Nancy Pelosi or something, like, I mean, like, no one's ever right all the time. So I mean, we're like getting as much information and as many second, third, fourth opinions as you possibly can is the best thing that you can do to continue to grow and learn and things like that. That's what I've experienced over, like, 6.5 or so years of of trading is just the more you talk to people, the more you get better ideas, the more you expand your horizons, the better it's going to be, for sure.
Right on. Couldn't have said it better. So that's pretty much it for the updates. I hope everybody is looking forward to the changes, because I know I am. One
Wait.
final note on the professional trading tier. I'm not going to make that available until after the first. Um, Reason being is because Patreon is very weird in how it bills people. So if you were to upgrade today, then you would get charged again tomorrow. So I'm going to wait until after the new year, and then we will be eager to welcome everybody who is interested in upgrading. Whether you're interested in upgrading from the basic tier of just the trader tier up to veteran or higher, I'll be more than happy to welcome you to the next upgrade on the first. But please don't make that. Please don't execute that change until after the first, so that you don't get double charged. I hate it when I see people getting double charged because of how Patreon does its billing. So I just want to help people avoid feeling like they got ripped off.
And would that be effective if they did it after midnight, essentially?
If I recall correctly from the document, it's after 12 a.m. Pacific time. So Patreon's Pacific time. I would say that by tomorrow morning, like if you wake up and get your coffee tomorrow morning and then you go ahead and upgrade your tier, then that should be fine. But please don't do it until tomorrow. So that's all of the updates for the channel. We're really excited for everybody who's been a part of this community thus far, and we're so thankful for the support that you've given us. Both from me and the mods. Truly, we really do appreciate the support that you've given, and for those of you who are willing and interested in donating more of your support to us, we are even more thankful to you for that. So if you do choose to join the professional trader, just know that you will have our sincerest thanks. But there's absolutely no obligation. But that's going to be it for this video, and thank you so much for watching.